I believe we want to talk a little about some high school stuff. Um,
If you still want to run through some prospects that you want to talk about,
I
uh,
will. I'll make it quick, mostly because like we've talked plenty. Um, I guess first off, what there were a couple high school games on ESPN, what, like 2 weeks ago now.
yeah.
And I caught them. It was interesting. Let's see. What are the words I would like to use here? Uh, uh, no, it's just like part of me is like pick it carefully, but also I I'm trying not to get names wrong, which I'll probably will at some point anyway. Um, but it was because what's it? There's a game Chet Holmgren was and his team played against Amani Bates, and like that was my first time actually seeing Amani Bates, and like I I don't like hype. I don't like hype because like you will hear hype and like it almost doesn't matter like how good the player is. You will see them, and to a certain degree, they will disappoint. Um, which isn't even to say like someone will be bad. You can be amazing, but like you will hear the hype, and it's just you'll see the player, and like even if you're like I understand the hype, it's kind of like this doesn't quite line up. And I felt a little bit of that with Bates. Not that he's not good. He was kind of serious, and they kept emphasizing this is kind of a bad game, in a game where he put up 35. Um, and I'm just like, this is a bad game. Good lord. But um, and what him and his team lost because his teammates didn't show up as much as Holmgren's did. Um, Holmgren, in case someone is unaware, is one of the I guess depending on where you look, one of the top two recruits out of the 2021 class. Um, he is 7 feet tall, apparently under 200 pounds. Um,
He is a boy.
but
He's tiny.
like he can play.
He is. I have to say, I am not high on Chet as a NBA prospect because mainly I'm not a big fan of his body. He's really small, and I do not know how much muscle you can put on a frame that small. Just like looking at his shoulders, he's not wide, but that may be the most productive player in the country. Just
I don't
like
see him
like every time he comes out, bro. No, have you seen look at Chet
all
Holmgren?
I do, right?
Super game. Super game. He
All
can
I
shoot
do.
the three. Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he's been like pretty like he's been presented at a high level for a couple years now.
Yeah. And every time he's played on national, like played like on big stages, he produces. And I like that. Like I'm talking about like crazy numbers, but 7'1" and you're really good and you're agile, you are going to have those numbers. I think he's going to be really good in college. Um, just really interested to see how that
What
body
grade is he in?
translates to NBA. He's a senior.
He's going where?
I think he's still undecided, right?
He's probably going to Kentucky.
My knowledge, yeah.
I don't know if he's going to Kentucky.
Um,
He might choose G League.
according to
I can see him going. I can see him
24/7,
going, dude.
the teams he seems like he's most likely going to go to are Gonzaga, Michigan, and Minnesota for
Yeah.
some reason.
Minnesota.
Yeah. If I had to lean, I think he's going to Minnesota. That's like where he's from, and I think like being close to home but still having a college experience is going to be super important to that kid.
There's something valuable in
Yeah,
that. Just
because
like,
he got family and stuff who that's a tad bit older. I believe he like lives with his grandma, so I think that's going to be super important, especially with
but
COVID and whatnot.
if I have to describe him for you, Phil, like he he plays how people say Bol plays.
People say
Um,
no. I know the kid. I've seen him play before, and he plays just like that. And people love. I mean, that body type, that style is getting like got put on by KD essentially, right? And people are in love with that style because House of Highlights has them on their Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But when you're talking about actual basketball people and will it produce in the long run, then that's a completely different question.
I
I don't
Well,
know.
I'm saying I have a bit more confidence in him filling his frame out than Allen does. I don't think he'll ever be like massive. Like if you were hoping to turn him into like a football player or like a bodybuilder for some reason, I don't really think that's gonna happen. But like he could fill out like he can get stronger like KD did and like he'll be fine. He's more of a like while he has like those perimeter skills and like part of why and like I was saying like I realized why I didn't like how Bol handled the ball is because it was Chet Holmgren gets down on the ball when he dribbles. Um like more like fundamental ball handling type stuff. But he's got more of a he does kind of have a big man's game even though like he can hit those threes and like take people off the dribble. But like he's also fairly comfortable like down low. He just doesn't really need to be there. He also is a teammate who's like 5'9", who's automatic from three, which helps everything.
Yeah.
Um, who else was it? Jaden Hardy.
Hey, Jaden Hardy.
He's a problem.
Hey, that's high school basketball's Dame Lillard, bro.
That's fair. That's fair. Dang it. Let me see if I can find. Because he is a teammate who's a point guard who I like his game a lot because
Yeah.
like during that entire game he was all the hustle plays and all the defense. He was in there. He saved balls just to throw outlet passes for the breakaway dunk or something. And it's just he
Yeah.
never stopped playing. It was beautiful. But
Frankie Collins.
hmm?
Frankie Collins, he's going to Michigan.
Yes. And what? Like Hardy just he makes shots. He makes shots. Um, like he's a bit like I guess he's been working there's like he worked on his frame, so like he's a bit like he's not just like super skinny or anything.
Yeah.
But like he's kind of a problem. Um, on the other side of the ball there was Armani Bailey. Like it was like the team was younger in general, but it was like Armani Bailey, Chance Westry. What was the big man's name? Crap. Uh, they also had Bronny James. Um, it was like they kind of just got outplayed. Like not even in like a they're bad way, but like they're younger and it kind of showed.
Yeah.
Um, and Bailey is also kind of a problem, though not like Hardy is. Because like he can fill it up quickly too. He's a pretty solid passer. Um, Westry, I've mentioned him before. He's just I'm kind of high on him. I like they had him off ball a lot. I kind of think like wherever he goes next level, he'd be better off playing point guard. Um, that's just my personal take, I guess. But like it's also like he's 6'4" and you're 6'6". You kind of have to go on the wing. Um, but because he's a really good passer and he can find a way to score. Um, but again, Hardy just he won the game for his team. Just it shot after shot, pretty much. Um, what? Oh, and there was a game with what's his name? Mikey Williams. Uh,
Yeah.
Mikey Williams, that's that kid who says he's going to HBCU, right?
so that's him.
Okay. I
Uh,
hope he sticks to his word, but he also is 15, so we'll see.
Now let that man have his day when that happened.
I I don't. Well, maybe it's just because a lot of the kid players I was looking at were older than him, I believe. But like at least in the one game I saw. Granted, I think he was playing against like what was it, like Oak Hill or something.
Yeah.
Um, so they are kind of a anyway. Um, it's like I probably need to look at him more.
Are you talking about Mikey?
Yeah, like I don't think he's bad or anything. I just again maybe it's just the whole hype thing, and it's just like you get a bad impression of what stuff is supposed to like how players are supposed to like how good players are in terms of like where they're actually at and not just like maybe relative to other players or what have you. I don't know.
I'm just always weary of high school players who are considered like that guy or that one in like the ninth grade, because very few sports can you do that with and be successful. And like soccer is like the only one really, where you can like predict somebody's like career or how
Mhm.
good they're gonna be from such a young age. And I've seen it way more times in basketball where that turns out to not be the case than it turns out to be the case.
I
I'm always worried about it.
I mean I don't think it really applies to soccer too much either, but like for different reasons in basketball. Um, but I mean like
I mean, I don't say it's soccer because it's like a known thing in soccer, in Europe kind of stuff that like they will recruit a kid and they will have their eye on a kid when the kid's like 11 because they can like tell. I'm not soccer, I'm not a soccer fazan, but like I have cousins who are like really big in it, like the soccer world, and like they can tell from a very young age, like certain ways, kind of stuff, that kid's gonna be good, and more times than not, that kid actually turns out to be good at an older age. But like basketball is not the exact same way, so I'm always weary about you
mm,
know them talking about 14-year-olds and how they're going to be this, that, whatever, because I've seen way more times where it's just not the case than when it is the case.
Yeah. If you ever notice, they don't say they're going to be NBA stars. They'll say things like with Amani Bates, they're the best prospect that we've seen since LeBron James. Like it's like sugarcoating like around the corner, but like that Mikey Williams game, that was just like a really bad game for him. Like I want to say they did something with the border league probably like uh 2 weeks or so, maybe like a month before that, and Mikey Williams looked a lot better there. Like um all the stuff that you like see from like the highlights,
mhm.
that's kind of like how he plays. Like it's a lot of athleticism, it's a lot of go. Um I think like a underrated part of his game is how good of a passer he is. And and it's really like in transition that you can see it, but like him in the half court, like he understands how to manipulate defenses and whatnot. Like the highlight stuff is the highlight stuff, but it's a lot more cerebral than that. And then he has a teammate who's also a sophomore, Trey Green.
Mhm.
I don't know how
Oh
he
yeah,
did.
I liked him,
Trey Green a problem, bro.
but at least in that one game, like he was trying to force too much. Like he was trying to score more than he probably should have. But I liked his game though. Like
Yeah.
there's like both of them are gonna probably like they're gonna be just fine.
Oh yeah.
Uh, um, in news stuff that wasn't televised, um, I looked at the what Rocky Top Hoop Fest a couple weeks ago. Um, so real quick, Moravian Prep. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. Just
Great Moravian all the same.
well, it's the whole team looks pretty good. Like, um, and there was okay. So what one player, and like I think he's got offers from among other places. I think like Clemson and Auburn. Corey Richardson, like his finishes around the rim are just very satisfying to watch. Like it all just looks super easy. Like it leaves his fingers and it looked like there was no real effort put in. Um, but like what he was also like he's also fairly athletic, solid in transition, decent passing, but also just like the team in general is pretty solid at passing. Um, like their front court is a Jaquez Schuler and a Cornelius Williams. One is it's like 7 feet and like 6'10" respectively. They're very good big men. Williams is more like passing and whatever, not like he's probably not about to try and like do a chase down block. Um, no, correction. Schuler will not do that. Williams, he might. Um, like you might want to look at them. I like really the whole team is fairly noteworthy if I'm honest. Um, and then like Life Christian Academy has a uh a, an a Kechi Shantalu. I probably messed up both. Actually, I probably messed up both names.
Hmm.
I think he's committed to Iona. He's mostly those players like they're mostly an athlete.
Yeah.
Like there's a little bit of skill there, but like most of what you do is like you can like outrun and out jump people. That's kind of him at the moment. Um, he's also kind of like how I described what Lawson a couple of times, where it's like you can see like a couple of like putting on some like getting it in the gym will like help his game like under the bar and everything. Not as much as Lawson because of the whole like not as much skill, but it's similar. And another player, Kennard Richardson, he his shooting is solid. He can get to the rim, got good ball handling, really good passing. Actually, kind of struggles to finish at the rim, but like he'll also like stay with his own shot. So like, and which is probably more helpful at high school than it will be whenever he goes to college. Just because in college there'll be dudes 6'9" and 6'10" who are going to stay with his shot with him. Um, but like I think I also saw him because they played Moravian and he kind of struggled a little bit against like those more athletic guards. Um, but yeah, that's most of what I have to report at the moment. So
Okay, cool. All right. I just followed the Pangos circuit for like the past month or so. So, but the latest event that I covered was the All American Festival, and so we were talking about like 30 of the top seniors or so out there. I just talk about like five that really caught my eye. Paolo Banchero, the person I like as the number one player for the class of 2021. Anytime you got a dude that's like built well at 6'9" that can create his own shot and looks like he can play both forward positions, sign me up. At times he looked like he could do the point forward thing. So I'm all into that. Nolan Hickman, who's going to Kentucky. We're talking about like 6'3" Tyler Eulis, bro. Like that's the only thing I could think of while I was watching this game. It was like so smooth, could get a shot off when he wanted, like dropping stuff off, and just like a beautiful mid-range game. Alex Fudge, out of Jacksonville, Florida, just a big time athlete. We're talking about like 6'8", scoring at all three levels, and it's like raw athleticism was like really pushing him. Like he is skilled, but he's just kind of doing whatever he wants, and I think there's a lot of upside there. And then Caden Perry, y'all know what it's like when you bro. Caden Perry's like 6'8", 230. And he's just a wrecking ball. Like all he does is finish at the rim. He's stronger than you. He's gonna out rebound you. He's gonna make you look bad. And then Michael Michael Foster, top 10 in the country, plays in Arizona. Just barrel chest 6'9" dude, and he is going to dunk everything through your chest, and you just gonna have to deal with it. And that's exactly what he did the entire game. And then top 5 in the country, Jabari Smith. Dude just reminds me of Rashard Lewis. Like 6'10", can really space the floor, good rebounder. Just like a solid overall athlete. he was committed to Auburn, but y'all see what happened to Auburn today. So we can see what's up there. I could see him being another dude that takes like that G League contract if Auburn does not work it out.
Mason Miller just committed to Creighton.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have any more to comment about it. Like, what, he's like a 6'9" forward. Like, he can play a little bit, even though it like took me a couple games to see it. So good get and all that, and of course he can probably he should be developing to a pretty good shot, if for no other reason than like who his father is. So yeah.
But if that's everything, I think we're about ready to wrap.
Yeah. Mm.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Traveling Hoopers. I am your host, Alan, and I guess y'all could wrap up so we can get out of here.
Calvin McGowan, it's good to be doing this again. It was also nice to have a break. If you're seeing this on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Philip. Yeah, follow me and everything. I think my Instagram is 65_Phil_Bill. Twitter 65 Wizard of Mo. And all TikTok. Philip. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Something like that. Follow me because and that's about it though.
We ended the bird.